good omoplata. Okay. You sit up. Able to get up. But before you get good control, he does another great escape, which is a forward roll. Right, he looks away and rolls over that inside shoulder. My knee hits the floor naturally. My other knee comes together, and we find it again. Okay. So another way we can find it. All right. So if you don't like, if it doesn't feel good to you to do this one, you know, this is just another way you can find the same position on top. Again, the idea of off of like a failed omoplata, right? You tried the omoplata. You ready? Okay. Off of a forward roll. Okay, look, my knees on the floor naturally. Bench. Bring my hand to the floor. Bring my hip to the hip. Maybe I walk this hand this way a little bit. Okay, and I'm just guiding the position, right? So what do we do here? Because we have a great control. I hope you guys felt that like you can control your partner's movement and compared to like just being regular side control, where he has potentially more ability to present his escapes and he mainly even, you know, he has the ability to move, continue from here, move his shoulders, you see? And that's the biggest thing we're taking away from him, is he cannot move his shoulders, all right? So we're controlling this arm, but really we're stopping him from moving his shoulders, which is the biggest control point, all right? So as we're here, feeling the control, studying my partner's movement, I'll take my thumb and I'll put my thumb in the lapel nice and deep. Okay, take your time getting like all the way to the floor with that grip. Okay? Once you're there, I'm gonna come to my knees, and sometimes right here I just keep my forearm like on his hip. So if he tries to use his legs to kind of bring his legs over, something, I'm kind of blocking him. Okay? So I'm not completely letting go. And then when I'm ready, like my hand will come here, but my elbow stays there for a second until I give the ability to get my other hand inside. So what we're looking to get is a palm up grip with this hand, palm down grip with this one. Okay? This hand was already in from the beginning, so we got that first grip easily. Okay? And the second one now is going to be the more difficult one, but considering he only has one hand, it's kind of just like a matter of time before you get it. Okay? Now I don't have very good balance because my knees are controlling his arm. I can come for the finish here, get it, okay? But he might bump me over, or I might volunteer fall over, right? And as he comes up now to the top, you're gonna see that he can't really get his balance so good, and I can still get my finish. Okay. Ideally, when I get this second grip, and I fall, if I do say I'm gonna fall down, I'm going to scoot back a little bit, so when he does come up to his knees, I can make a little hook here on his knee. Okay? So I have everything that I want, right? I keep him on that side, on my left. I have the choke, and his arm is still stuck, right? So his ability to finish getting up is impossible, right? So he's so locked here, and the only one arm he has can't really do much. But tap. He might try to bring that hand in front of my face, so I like to bring my head to his head just to make sure there's not extra space where he can, you know, start choke. I'm going in here. I'll probably still get the choke, but there's no reason to let him get there if you can avoid it. Right? And if you didn't like it, you know, you don't forget I don't want to do it. Come back in anytime. Okay? If you need to readjust the wrist, do it. Okay? And come back and get a good bite down on that wrist. Right? So 1, 2. You can finish right here, or you can sit down to your hip. Okay, again, I sit down on my hip. I do a little extra hip escape, maybe to try to keep him on this side. But if he does step over, it's not what I would like. But he's still gonna have to tap here, right? Because his shoulder is stuck on the floor. So I have to stay believing in this clamp that I have on his forearm to see the whole position through. Okay. Because if that arm comes out, then now he's able to actually defend, right? Actually try to defend. But we're playing a very unfair fight for him, considering he has that arm and also his shoulders are so stuck. So again, from that forward roll, maybe. Get to your omoplata. And one more time. There's two ways I can show to get here, okay? One, my knees are pointed this way. right? And it's gonna be very easy for my knee to hit the floor here, right? As he forwards, right? Okay, knee to the floor, boom, put the knees together. Come back here. But if you're very early in the omoplata and you're still here, your knee is kind of far away from the floor, right? So there's going to be a lot of space in between. In this case, just for you, those of you who do omoplata already, you'll understand this easier. I'm not going to go this way anymore. My direction will change to that way. Okay, so hold the elbow and look. And again, I'll find the position. Okay, this is like tuck my foot in, and as I turn, I force him to do a forward roll. That's this way, okay? And this one, and further into the omoplata. And when he does that forward roll, I'm just trying to land right there, just let it go and kick that. A lot of people allow the omoplata to go just to get those 2 points. So why not take the 2 points plus maintain this position, right? Use this as a control. Okay?
Can I ask about the slicer? Isn't it the same? Yeah, isn't it the same position?
Yeah, bicep slicer is actually, so my knee is going to the armpit on this position, right? And you just form this stuff, right?
Yeah.
The slicer is going to be with my knee on this side of the shoulder, and then I'm coming up this way.
Yeah, because I've been always told like let go of that position because you might be disqualified.
Right. Well, no,
That's more from
brown and black belts is legal.
Yeah.
Remember?
Really?
Yeah, you can do it brown and black belts. Sorry. Okay, but yeah, purple belts and below you'll get disqualified doing this move, which there are opportunities to do this move all over. A lot of people don't tap to it, and then they end up getting hurt, or I don't want to risk seeing that position all the way through, or find someone with a high pain tolerance. Sort of like, I don't know, biceps disconnecting or just extreme bruising or something like that. Maybe better knows that as a personal trainer.
Bicep tear?
What will happen? Bicep tear? Not a good injury to have, right? So
elbow dislocation can happen.
elbow dislocation, yeah, a lot of bad things. So I think they give more responsibility to the brown and black belts. Same with like knee bars, because you can get hurt and it's like, do I have to tap to that? I'm not sure. There's so much adrenaline going, and I don't really feel like I need to tap, and then boom, injury. Before it's by the time it's too late. And the knee is kind of a similar reason, I believe. You don't really feel the damage on knee bars until it's already popping. So you're gonna have to have the understanding of what's going on to know that you're about to get hurt.
Yeah, there's no bicep slicer here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no bicep slicer, although it is tight, but I don't believe anyone's gonna.
It's more of a shoulder lock, if anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's really submission, but just good control, right? Okay. So we have the cross choke, which is 1 and 2, okay? But in this case, like that collar is just not there. Let's try something else, okay? So without changing our balance or anything, I'm gonna give you guys one more to play with here. A lot of time he goes to push me away, right? He's gonna use this arm to just start moving me, right? Just do whatever you can to make space, right? And the way I like to sometimes react to this one is I'll come to the wrist, double up, change my grip, and push it to the floor, okay? When I grab, I'm gonna hold C-clamp with my thumb, like just over his thumb joint, and this one, like really grabbing like the meat of his hand, okay? So I'm not on the wrist, a little bit lower, and I'm gonna rotate, okay? And I'm, again, not gonna use any strength, just put my body weight, just naturally putting my body weight on top of that wrist. And that's gonna immobilize now this arm as well, okay? I usually like to combine that with a little cross face right here, and you'll see that your partner is completely immobilized. Looks like I'm like a police officer trying to arrest him because you just cannot move, The only thing you can really worry about kind of messing up this one is if there's a little bit of space here under your elbow and he can bring his knees inside to try to break your grip. So to avoid that, keep your elbows close, all right? So now all of his legs are behind me, off to the side, there's nothing you can do. So what are we gonna do with this? I like to put my hip on this side and just bring my hand under, okay? And what I'm gonna do is bring my bicep lined up with his elbow, which is somewhere around here. I know his elbow's gotta be around there, right? So I'm bringing my elbow up, and my chest will follow, okay? And I really like this one because it's so effortless, right? I just keep moving up, keep moving up, keep moving up, keep moving up, until that elbow to find my bicep and finish it, okay? I kind of think of this one as a position you guys might know, like to take the place of this one, which I never really loved this position because if he turned his thumb pointing up, he's eventually going to bring his elbow down and I've lost everything, right? And there's, you would have to make a big change to find the Americana from here. So I prefer to use this as a high leverage point to maintain. And you can even talk to your partner and say, like, try to bring your arm back, pull that arm in, use it, however you can. As the arm comes under, find where the line of his elbow is going to be. And as I walk my fingers this way and move his arm this way, I get that tap. Super easy. He can be 100% resisting right now. And he's so immobilized because both arms are so under control. I'm really enjoying this submission.
I'm nuts.
And of course, the kimura is right too, if you want to change the kimura. Okay, we can explore that a little bit later as well. So I'm giving you guys two options. One is the cross choke right here. Okay, if you can get it. So tie it up here. Okay, again, I can finish it right here, which I get a lot, or I fall to my hip, let him come up, which actually makes me deeper on the choke. And I'm finishing him as he gets up, right? As he's trying to come up, I'm finishing that choke. So he's trying to get to his knees at the same time he's getting choked, and he'll actually end up hitting a wall at that point where he just can't go anymore. There's nowhere to go. Okay, so let's try these two, and let me know what you guys think. 1, 2, 3.